What I'd like to do now is show you how to use SPSS to conduct a one-sample t-test. Recall that the one-sample t-test is used when we know the population mean, but we do not know the population standard deviation. So what we do is we estimate the standard deviation of the population using the standard deviation from our sample data. In this case, I'm going to look at SAT scores in mathematics, and I have 75 scores that I will analyze. So to get started, we'll go up to Analyze, Compare Means, and One Sample t-test. Now, in this case, our test variable is the Scholastic Aptitude Math scores. So it's interval level data, and we're going to move that score or that variable to the test variable box. We're going to assume that the population mean is 500, and so we type 500 in the test value box. So what we're doing is testing the mean for the sample of 75 students against the population mean of 500. And then we click on OK. And you can see that in our output, we have our sample statistics, our N, there's 75 students or individuals in the data set. The mean was 490.53 with a standard deviation of 94.553, and our standard error was 10.91. The results from the one sample t are reported in this table. Our t ratio is negative 0.867. So it means that our sample mean was less than the population mean. With 74 degrees of freedom, remember that for a one sample t-test, we look at n minus 1. There were 75 students, minus 1 gives us 74 degrees of freedom. And our two-tailed significance level is 0.389. So what this tells us is if we use the threshold of 0.05 as our type 1 error rate, that we have a approximately 39% chance of making a mistake if we say that the sample mean is significantly lower than the population mean of 500. So in this case, because our probability, our chance of making a mistake is so high and exceeds our 0.05 or 5% type 1 error rate, we're going to accept the null hypothesis and say that this a little over 9-point difference between the sample mean and the population mean is due to sampling error, and the result is not significant.